presentation speaks to Gothic Revival Architecture. Gothic Revival style may be recognized by the predominant characteristic pointed arch, which makes it to be perhaps the most easily recognizable of the historic revival styles. Gothic architecture from the 12th to 15th centuries, Middle Ages, was on the fundamentals very different from the classic architecture that came before that. While classic architecture design was based upon the post and intel system of support, Gothic architecture was based upon the structural tension created between pointed arc and buttress. It was a more sophisticated and complex structural system that did not lend itself to a revival in the 19th century. What is found instead is a revival of the pointed opening and the buttress as decorative features, as well as the other decorative motifs associated with the Gothic style. This Gothic style included label moldings over doors and windows, buttresses, pinnacles, crenellation, lancet, and rose windows. In North America, especially Canada, the Gothic Revival, one of the longest lived of the revival styles, first appearing in the 1820s and continued on through the remainder of the 19th century and on into the 20th century. Many buildings were erected in the style of the Gothic Revival, and were so great in variation that it is important to review the varied and different phases of this revival throughout the 19th century. Some of these styles were Romantic Gothic Revival, Ecclesiological Gothic, Italianate Gothic, Second Empire Gothic, French Gothic, and High Victorian Gothic. Architecture is a general term used to describe buildings and other physical structures. The art and science of design and erecting buildings and other physical structures. Also, the style and method of design and construction of buildings and other physical structures. The practice of the architect, where architecture means the offering or rendering of professional services in connection with the design and construction of buildings or built environments. The design activity of the architect from the macro level, urban design, landscape architecture, to the micro level, construction details and furniture. The term architecture has been adopted to describe the activity of designing any kind of system, and is commonly used in describing information technology. In relation to buildings, architecture has to do with the planning, designing, and constructing form, space, and ambience that reflect functional, technical, social, environmental, and aesthetic considerations. It requires the creative manipulation and coordination of material, technology, light, and shadow. Architecture also encompasses the pragmatic aspects of realizing buildings and structures, including scheduling, cost estimation, and construction administration. As documentation produced by architects, typically drawings, plans, and technical specifications. Architecture defines the structure and/or behavior of a building or any other kind of system that is to be or has to be constructed. I hope this was of some use to you. Take care and good night.